Hello YouTubers, diecast collectors, it's Jared White, the J-Man63. It is Tuesday, November 31st, 2015, and I apologize for the late upload because lately it's just been harder to get money together and harder to get hauls together because I've just been having my own stuff I gotta do. So, just, unfortunately. But, without further ado, I have 375 subscribers. Not quite the 400 I wanted, but we have a lot of stuff here. Some really cool stuff, some really awesome stuff. Yeah. We are going to crack right on into this haul. We got a whole bunch of stuff here. Like I said, still waiting for 400. Hopefully it'll happen. But we have a lot of greenlight, a lot of really cool stuff here. So, without further ado, we're going to get right into it, starting with these main lines in the very front here. Now, the very first car was given to me by Susan Heath Ken. This is the Simpsons family car, and this goes right along with my Homer that I was able to get, and I got both the Homer in the Retro Entertainment and the main line. Now, I'd like to find the Johnny Lightning versions of these, or if Hot Wheels comes out with more of these Simpsons cars, hopefully it will happen in the future. But this one, very cool movie piece. Got the taillights in the back. There's no real door handles on here, but they are detailed in. And then there's the front end with the grille and the headlights. This example, actually, the headlights are on there pretty good. Sometimes they're off, but these aren't that bad. So anyway, thank you, Susan, for sending me this. Here's the info on the back if you want to read that. I'm sure those of you in the know who have this already have already read it, but there you go. Now, next car up here is the 2015 Jaguar F-Type Project 7 with a green paint job, a very British green. Nothing in the back here with tampos. Nice interior, and the headlights there. You can see. That's pretty nice. Alright, next up here is the 2015 Challenger SRT Hellcat. Now, I know a lot of people said that Hot Wheels limits their tampos on their main lines trying to save a buck. That might be the reason why they're having so many issues with money. Probably people aren't buying them because they're not as nice now. I don't know. Hopefully they'll start improving a little bit, though, as this year with the new cases come on, because I like some stuff in the new cases. But here's the back with the taillights, and there's the side right there, and the front. And if you're wondering why I rush, my camera limits me to 30-minute videos, so that's why I'm rushing through this. 2013 Ford Cargo. This is next up our Matchbox here, and this has some pretty good tampos in the front. There's the side, the back, and the base. So there you go with the Matchbox 2013 Ford Cargo. Pretty cool piece. Not going to show the back because the backs don't show anything. And here's the MBX Tow 50T. I'm not sure what truck this is based on, whether it's a Renault or a Scania or some kind of British truck. I'm guessing an Actros Mercedes, something like that. There's a front right there, sides, the light bar, which is actually part of the windshield, so it's pretty nice. Pretty cool truck. Well done. Alright, now the next few castings were given to me by the next few pieces I'm going to show you were given to me by my mom's friend Jessica's husband Chris. Now he has provided a few free pieces for me for some of my haul videos, so thank you so much to him for giving me this stuff, but this was all free to me. And the first off is a Real Riders set with the 70 Challenger and the 06 Challenger concept. I know that the titles are on opposite sides to where they really need to be because this is not the 70 and this is not the 06. But very nice Zamac color with the silver, nice wheels, and nice paint graphics. They look very good. I think all the appropriate tampos are there. It looks like they got the grill and everything, and I'm sure the taillights are there. But very nice piece right here. Now the next one up is the Bat Pod with the rider. I did not have this originally. I never picked it up. I guess I saw it, I never got it, and I missed a chance to get this, so I'm very glad to have it now. But there you go. There's the Bat Pod with Batman himself on there, and the back just shows what you can collect. I have a few of these. I got the Tomahawk, the Ducati, and still looking for a few, but I think I got Blast Lane in one of them, or the other one series, I don't know. Alright, next up here is the El Camino and the Real Riders series. Very cool. Nice black and all the appropriate stripes. Unfortunately, I'm not part of the Redline Club, so whenever Jessica's husband Chris gives me these Redline pieces for free, I usually end up hanging on to them unless there's doubles of whatever he gave me, because I don't really have any Redline stuff because it's so expensive to join. But this is very cool. You can see the front end, very detailed, the stripes, and a nice shiny metal base. And this is 1,620 out of 7,500. So all these numbers aren't especially low, but they're still very cool Redline Club pieces. Next one up here is the Heavies. Boss styling, working parts, very cool. It's the ramp truck. I do have another one of these. I think it's might be the vendor truck, I'm not sure, but I got another one of these, so this is just goes right along with my Heavies collection. Got a nice button in there. Very cool, fast moving, hard working haulers. And it's got 2 motors. But here is the info on the back if you want to read that right there. And this is number 2,476 out of 4,936. So not especially low, but very cool. But there you go, there's the Heavies hauler. Alright, next up here is another cool, very heavy piece. Not kind of a hauler, and it's very neat. It's the Cabin Fever. Now this is the actual Cabin Fever that was designed. I didn't know this existed. I didn't even know there was another Cabin Fever. So this is the real one that was designed, I guess, originally. So very cool. Purple paint job. We got the front headlights there. Nice blown motor. And there's the tilt cab with the Real Riders. This one is a Real Riders piece, unlike the Heavies, which was a Redlines. So very cool. Very nice. And anyway, here's the information on that back of that card if you want to read any of that. And then you can see here that it's a big card, but it's 2,986 out of 4,000. So not a low number, but it's very cool. Alright, next up here is you got the Neoclassics blown delivery with the Redline tires, Redline Transport. Pretty cool piece. You can see the back here. This is actually very heavy. Holding one of these in hand compared to a normal mainline, definitely a big difference in the weight usually. Very cool. Wheels. And there's the front end, very well detailed with the grille and headlights painted. So very cool. Nice metal base too. Alright, so the next 2 pieces up are going to be Maisto Tailwinds. I usually don't collect these just because, and they're alright. I mean, I will keep them because I do think they're cool and I like aviation and stuff. But this one's the UH-64 Blackhawk. I have a bigger model of this actually that it was a screw kit that I put together. There you go, there's a detail on that. So it's a pretty nice piece. Sorry about the glare. There's like all kinds of glare on this, but you can see right there. Alright, so now the next one up is the Grumman Dynamics F-14 Tomcat. This is definitely one of the longer service fighters in the military. I know a little bit about this plane, but this one's very cool here. It's pretty well detailed. All the casting depth is there. It's not exactly like matte gray like the real one is, but it's pretty close to what you would see. I think it's pretty decent representation of it. So very cool. And there's the back if you want to see any casting info. Alright, moving on. So next up is some Greenlights. Greenlight, being one of my favorite companies so far, has definitely been getting the castings very well and just been making so much headway in licensing, and Walmart has just been so lazy with, in contrast, they've been lazy with their distribution. Toys R Us has gotten a lot better. I don't know what it is, it's just Walmart is terrible, and M2 Machines just is not having enough variety for me in terms of castings, and in terms of having different castings. They keep doing the same stuff over and over again. So As M2 keeps on having struggles, I'll keep collecting Greenlight since I work near Toys R Us. So the first one off is Smokey and the Bandit. Number 1, Bandit 77 Pontiac TA. Nice black and gold, just the quintessential Trans Am colors. Just the Bandit car is awesome. Even if you have a Trans Am casting, this is definitely one to get. There's the back, the side, and the front end right there, if I can get that detail. Very well done. There's the base right there. And then you got your information on the back here, and if you want to read that, you can pause and read the info. Alright, so the next up here is number 2, Smokey and the Bandit, and this is the 80s Trans Am. This wasn't exactly my favorite, but I still like it. It's still iconic, and I don't have any of the Bandit cars, so I might as well get 2. This is very cool. Turbo TA Trans Am. Very nice black and gold wheels, and there's the back and the front. And if you want to pause and read the info, you can. Get a little closer. Alright, there you go. Alright, next one up is, it's got cop shocks, cop brakes. Alright, you know what I'm talking about. The Blues Brothers, Jake and Elwood's car. This is very cool. I was happy to find this actually. They did have the Monaco, but I wasn't as interested in that one, the police car. I was more interested in getting this piece. I've seen it at Toys R Us a couple times. I'm like, may as well get it. I probably blew through my Greenlight budget. I probably spent like $60 in Greenlights. Who knows, but very cool. Front end right there. Just a very well detailed piece. And then there's the back there. There you go. Alright, next up, Greenlight is the HD trucks. Like I said, Greenlight making fantastic headway with their licensing. Just another prime example of what they can do with such great work. Very nice Durastar ambulance. Anyway, there's the front end right there. And then there's the side. It's just super well detailed. Now, eventually I do plan on getting the U.S. Army box truck. We'll get this. I didn't see the police van. I saw it a couple times, but I decided, well, I like the police van okay, but I think the U.S. Army deco is just a lot better, a lot cooler. And I'm happy to have this piece because a lot of people love it. So, and I saw it. I pretty much fell in love, had to get it. Very cool. Hopefully they'll start doing fire engines and some other stuff in this whole thing. Very awesome. Alright. But yeah, it's just very well detailed. I like it. Alright, so next one up here is the County Roads Chevrolet C10. I'm going to show all the Hollywood stuff next. There's 2 film 10s, so just keep staying tuned for that. But here's the C10 with the Eagle Mod Bod graphics. This just looks incredible. I love the way this was done. When I saw this, I had to get it. I really thought I'd missed the boat on this Country Roads release. Well, actually, I didn't miss the boat, but I saw a few, and I never saw this. Now, when I saw it, I had to hide it and buy it. So, oh, very sweet. Rule number 1, if you like it and you don't have money to buy it, then you hide it, and then later on you buy it. That's what I say. But yeah, very cool piece. Alright, next up is a Hollywood film 10 from one of my favorite guy car movies, just one of my favorite car chase scenes probably. I've seen this a bunch, so I definitely had to get it when I saw it. Steve McQueen Bullet. Very iconic movie with the star, of course, with that 68 Mustang. Then you got your 69 Charger and the Custom and the Beetle. I'm not going to touch too much on this because WTFFOR already has shown this set. If you want to, go over to his channel and check out his review of it. But it's very cool. But I like this. Steve McQueen was just an awesome driver. Had a huge career as a movie star. So very awesome. You can read that information if you want to. Alright, so that's it for that one. I thought that was very cool. So yeah, Bullet, Steve McQueen. Alright, now that get you some of this, guys, I finally got the Gas Monkey cars, to quote Richard Aaron. Get you some of this. I got the 64 Dodge D100 swept line. This one's just a very cool casting. That rusted patina look, it just is really cool. One of Gas Monkey's more iconic builds. I've seen the episode where they put a Chevy motor and a Ford suspension in this thing. It was crazy, but this is very cool. I won't bore you guys with all the history of Gas Monkey, but I do watch the show quite a bit. I follow it just as much as I follow Overhauling, which M2 Machines hasn't done any new Overhauling castings, which sucks. The Foose line, but they haven't done much with it. And I know Greenlight is going to fully take their Gas Monkey license and use it to their advantage, unlike M2, which is just doing the same castings. So Greenlight's got what M2 is missing for sure. But anyway, very nice piece. Like I said, you've probably seen this before. Nice 3 headlights in the front there, down the side. And you can see on the back here, it looks just about the same as it did after, or before and now after. And here's your information if you want to read any of that. The fastest, most badass hot rod shop around. Love it. Now next up is the Twin Peaks Bronco. And I won't exactly say why the restaurant is called Twin Peaks, but if you've seen enough Gas Monkey Garage and you saw the episode, you'll know that in that very nicely red detailed interior on this piece, which is just like the real one, this is in fact the seat that Richard sat with, not Richard, but Aaron sat with the 2 chicks in the back. So if you know why, then you can figure out why this restaurant's called Twin Peaks. But this is a very well detailed Bronco. Just another good piece of Greenlight work. Incredible. There's the base right there. Alright, now I'm starting to run over the amount of time I want to run over, so I gotta hurry up. But next up here is the Gas Monkey Garage die-cast models film tin. I wasn't planning on buying another film tin with the Bullet, but when I got this and I saw the Bullet, I had to get both of these. So like I said, I probably blew through my budget in 2 purchases alone this month, so kind of crazy. But there's the 70 Challenger TA. You got your Stingray Vet and the Copo. That's the reason I didn't get the Copo in the single pack, because they didn't have it. And another thing is I didn't want the same casting over again. And when I saw this tin, I picked this up over the single pack of the Copo, and it was already a lot of money. So, you know, I got to be picky with Greenlights because they're so expensive, but still such nice work. There's that 67 Mustang that was crashed in the one episode. And here's the back if you want to check that out. There you go. Alright, so there's that one. Now, on to some really cool pieces, some eBay finds, and a couple of antique shop finds. The first 3 are 3 finds I got off of eBay. I'm trying to do this fast. First up here, whoops, I bumped the camera. First up here is one of my favorite sets I think I've gotten that's stock or manufacturer series. You know, I haven't seen this, and usually Hot Wheels does the custom cars with the set, but this is pretty sweet because you don't see these too often done in such detail. But there's the Harley Sportster. This is the Rumble Road set. I think I got all these sets on eBay for about, I think 25 bucks a piece. The cheapest was 16, but I think I paid about $60 or $50 for these sets. But very well detailed. Excuse the glare. There's the Fat Boy, the Buell, and that one's a Panhead. But this is a very nice set. Just what Hot Wheels could do back in the day compared to what they're doing now. Just so much better. But there's your info if you want to read it. And there you go again. Alright, so there's that one. And the next up here is the Petty Racing family. Now this one I believe I paid around, I'm going to say $16 for it. I think the Harley Davidson I paid $25, this one I paid $16. But this has Lee Petty's Oldsmobile. And of course you guys know about the Superbird. Of course everyone knows about this car. They have to if they're NASCAR fans. Very cool Daytona with the nicely detailed motor. I did put that hood up. And then there's Kyle Petty's Hot Wheels 44. So that's a very cool set too. Alright, moving on here is the next piece. Is the Rockin' Road 100% Hot Wheels set. Now this was very cool, even though these are a little more common. They're seen in a lot of other of the 100% lineup. Just thought the hot rod and rock and roll theme was cool, just because I like rock music. So I thought this was sweet. Got a nice old Cadillac. I think that's a Caddy right there. 55 Chevy. And I think it's a Ford or a Chevy Coupe with the flames. That's a Deuce Highboy. So that's a very cool set. And then there's the back info if you want to read any of that. But there you go. Alright, now the next thing up here are some antique shop finds. I went to a little hole-in-the-wall store called the Yard Sale. And it's a new place that kind of reopened where I am. And the guy bought a bunch of collections of Hot Wheels. And the one find here is probably my holy grail find of twin mill finds that I've ever seen. So I'll show you that in a minute. But first off, I paid, I think, $10 for these Super Street sets. This is the Tuners series. Has the Wings West Focus and Civic. That one's very cool. Ford Focus and Honda Civic, I believe. That one's very cool. Both the hoods open on this. And there's a little blurb about the magazine. And then there's the magazines. So this is a pretty cool piece. $10, you can't go wrong, you know, $5 a car. Alright. And then the Street Rodder set, America's Street Rodding Authority. Got two Fords in it. A Ford 34 Coupe, and this is a 47 Ford sedan. I think this is a pretty nice set for not a lot of money. And then there you go with the Street Rodder info. Okay guys, so now this next one is the holy grail of twin mill finds, I think, at least. The Hot Wheels Legends series. Now, I will say I only paid $20 for this thing, and that honestly was peanuts for this. Just to get this for so cheap was amazing. And the fact that Don had told me about it and he tipped me off, he said, you know, anybody with half a brain would buy it. As soon as I heard about this, I went down there immediately and picked it up for $20. All in all, I spent $40 at the yard sale, but there you go. And I'll show the information on the back here. You can pause and read this if you want to. But here you go. And it's just super detailed. Everything's plumbed and wired on it. It is really well done. But if you guys are familiar with the Legends, you'll know what this is. Eventually, I'm probably going to try and review this. I definitely want to. But it's a very cool set. So I was happy to get it. It's probably one of my best deals ever besides my Don Garlett Swamp Rat. So hard to say what a better deal was, but I think this one pretty much takes the cake in terms of best deals I've gotten on diecast. Alright, so now the last two pieces up here. If I have enough time, I will tell you the story on the fire bike. But first up here is Cody's Old School. Very cool piece here. But yeah, it's just super well detailed. I don't know if you guys are getting tired of seeing the OCC bikes, but eventually, I don't know how long it's going to be until I stop collecting these, but the last two I'm on a real mission to find are the Dixie Chopper bike and the Miller Welder. But those are really expensive, and I don't know if I'm going to get them anytime soon, but This one's just super cool. The Kickstarter works on it. It is really awesome. There it is from the top. And so now basically I have almost every one. I've got a Fire bike, the Cody bike, Mikey's. I got the Black Widow, Jet bike, Lucy's bike, and the Comanche, and the Tool bike also. So I pretty much have nearly every one of them. Now the last one here does have a bit of a story to it. I'm trying to grab it quickly and get this finished up. This is the Fire bike. Now what happened was, UPS was a bunch of idiots. They screwed up basically. First time I tried to buy this, it got crushed at the shipping office. And the second time I tried to buy this, after I got refunded for the shipping money, I went out and bought a second one. And the UPS said that the package was delivered, blah, blah, blah. And make a long story short, shit happens, but, you know, eventually it all works out. Now, the thing that happened was UPS basically told me that, oh, well, the package had been delivered, then the driver probably didn't either bring a slip or have anyone sign for it. And then finally he took it back to the facility. They opened an investigation, said it had been delivered, didn't get delivered, took a week and a half, and finally after UPS corrected their screw up and, you know, found it at the facility, finally shipped it to my mom's boyfriend's house. Lo and behold, I finally got the Fire bike, and this was about $20 with shipping. I think the Cody bike I paid $25 for, but really reflects negatively on UPS. I don't like them. I didn't leave the shipper bad feedback, but of course, you know, I really don't like UPS, and this is one of the reasons, plus the whole package scam that they were involved in. So just not really a big fan of UPS. I dislike them highly. But you can see this is super detailed. Just like Anthony Cooper said, he has one of these and he said it's a really nice piece. I'm glad I got it. People had been telling me to get the Fire bike, and I finally decided to pop on one. Even though it took a week and a half after the estimated shipping date. Stupid UPS. But, you know. Very well done though. I absolutely love it, and it's finally crowns the OCC collection, definitely. Alright guys, well with that I am wrapping up this video. If you guys want to, make sure you post your comments down below, and make sure you like, rate, and subscribe to my channel. As always, I welcome new people who are into the hobby of diecast or anything else. And make sure you check out my Facebook pages, Collecting Diecast Cars and Thrift and Secondary Diecast Hunters. If you're interested in, you know, reaching out to me that way, just message me, and hope you guys have a good holiday season as we drag on here. And happy collecting, guys. Have a good one. Bye.